Hey, what is going on YouTube? You're here from MediaTek. Today coming with one of the coolest phones that I've seen from Ulefone in a very long time, and this is the Power Armor 13. The 13 comes because of the battery inside. This thing has a 13,200 power milliamp battery. So of course I got it here with an accessory, which is a case. We're going to be talking about this in just a second. But right now, let's take a look at this. Starting here from the box, you can tell that this thing is just massive. On the back side here, we have some of the quick highlights. This thing is IP69K and IP68 certified, which means that it is shockproof, dustproof, and waterproof as well. Again, the 13,200 power milliamp battery. It comes with a very decent processor, which is the MediaTek Helio G95. It comes with a lot of RAM, 8 GB of RAM, and 256 GB of internal storage. You can also upgrade it. It comes with Face ID recognition. You get fingerprint ID as well. It comes with a 4-camera setup on the back, but the main sensor is a 48 megapixel one. Then we get a very big display, and this is one of the biggest that I've seen on any rugged phone as well. It is a 6.81 Full HD display with 395 ppi, so the resolution is 2400 by 1080. It comes with wireless charging as well. Reverse charging, don't forget that, and it comes with a power brick, able to charge it at 33 watts. It comes with NFC, you can use it with Google Pay, and it comes with Android 11. So far, you guys can't deny that this phone is packed with features, but that's not all. The best is yet to be known. So inside here, we get things like the manuals. We get, I believe, a screen protector inside here as well. And again, the manuals, quick start guide, and the screen protector that I mentioned. Here we have the massive device. And when I mean massive, guys, this thing is huge. It is very thick, very heavy. I would have to guess that this thing is at least 350 grams at least. And here you can see, again, the body. Let's go ahead and remove it out of this protector. So we're going to be talking about the phone here in just a second. So let's go ahead and remove this divider. Inside, we get the 33 watt charger along with a OTG port right here. So we can plug things into the phone. We get another adapter here from regular USB to USB-C. And finally, a USB wire as well. And that's everything we get inside of the box. And now for the clip-on case. It is just a case, very big. And of course, you can clip it onto your pants or belt, whatever the case may be. And it comes with one of these also. And so this is in case you guys want to take this for camping, or you work, let's say, at construction or a mechanic, whatever the case may be, then this is a good way to protect it. I don't use it just because it makes the phone a little bit too thick for my likes, so I just decided to leave it inside of the box. Alrighty guys, and here comes the monster. This is the one with the 6.81 inch display. I did remove the screen protector so that we can see that the screen seems to be of good quality. It matches well with the remaining of the bezels. We do have bezels on the top and also on the bottom. On the right side here, we get the volume rockers up and down with the power key and the fingerprint scanner. Also, let's not forget that on the front here, we have the camera as well. This is the front facing camera. I believe that this is a 16 megapixel. We get the ear speaker and also a notification LED light here towards the right side. Something that we haven't seen in years, at least I haven't seen in years. Well, Ulefone decided to include that as well. It does work for phone calls and also text messages, which is really cool. And here we can see a little bit of those bezels, but keep in mind that this is a rugged phone. This is not a phone trying to look futuristic. It is a phone that is simply functional, guys. And you won't believe the percentage that I still have after coming from work and disconnecting this thing from 5:30 in the morning, and I get from work at 6 p.m. and right now it is about, let's see here, almost 8 o'clock at night, and I still have approximately 85 to 87%. So this phone, I would say, it's almost guaranteed to give you 5 full days with basic usage. And by basic, I mean with whatever you do on your phone, as long as you're not playing games day and night, this phone will give you 5 days. That's insane. I really can't believe it. And again, it's a 13,200 milliamp battery. And by the way, this is made of metal and also rubber along the edges. So here we have a infrared. This is a distance sensor. So basically it works as a laser, and you just point at a whatever object and it'll tell you what's the distance between the phone that you're grabbing on your hands to that object specifically. Very cool technology, guys. On the left hand side here we have a dedicated remappable button. So this is the red button right here. We get, of course, the SIM tray. It is a dual SIM, dual standby device, and supports TF cards as well. Now, a lot of you guys might be questioning yourself right now, what is this connected right here? Well, this is for an endoscope that I didn't get from Ulefone, but I've seen other reviewers out there testing it, and yes, you can use it for plumbing, as a mechanic. There's millions of uses of an endoscope, and this phone comes equipped with it. If that doesn't make it amazing, let me know what does, guys. So again, a very, very useful phone. And towards the bottom here, we have a little flap where inside we have a headphone jack. Check that out. Something that has also vanished on most phones coming out recently. We get the USB-C port and the main microphone right there. On the back side here is where things get a little bit interesting. We have the 48 megapixel main shooter. We get a 2 megapixel depth sensor. We get an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and finally a 2 megapixel depth sensor. So we get, this is a macro lens, excuse me, and this is the depth sensor right here with 5 LED flash right there, so you can use it as a flashlight. We get the secondary microphone, and this phone, as I said before, it has NFC. Okay, it does reverse charging, so you can charge things like earphones and whatnot. And also it has wireless charging at 15 watts. But now if you plug it in with the charger that came included, then it'll be at 33 watts. Now we get here one single speaker, which we're going to talk about later. But for right now, let's go ahead and get this thing started. I just became very excited about the body of this particular phone. It looks very good. Again, IPS display. This is not OLED. It is not AMOLED. So the colors are going to be great, but it would have been better to have an OLED or an AMOLED. And this phone right now retails for about $429, I believe, but you can get a coupon for it and get it for as low as $360 right now. Now, something cool right off the bat is that you guys can see right there that I am getting support with Verizon, and everything is working great. Check out that battery. You guys might think that I just unplugged it, but no, I did not. This phone has been used the entire day. Yes, guys, you heard that correctly, the entire day. And here you guys can observe that we are getting voice over LTE. We get there the full signal with 4G. Now, another highlight of this phone that I saw on the site, and I didn't test it until the end today, is the fact that we have an FM radio. Well, a lot of you guys are gonna say, well, Jay, I know that we have, FM radios on many Chinese devices, but that's not everything here. You don't need your earphones any longer, so you don't have to plug them in to your phone. Let me just put this in mute for a second. Excuse me for all the notifications that I'm getting, but yes, the FM radio does not need the earphones to be plugged in. Now that's amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I've been making videos for a very long time. And so let me just give you a little demo here. Right there. Okay, look. Yes, and with this application, you can record and save it for later. Okay, no earphones connected whatsoever. If you go to the site, you will notice how they are promoting this particular feature. Like I said, a lot of you guys might consider this to be a gimmick. You might consider it dumb. I see the potential with this phone, guys. Again, it is not a phone for everybody out there, to be honest with you. I mean, it is a very bulky and heavy phone, so this will have limited users out there. But if you are a very curious person and would like to try a phone that will last about 5 days with one single charge, well, here it is. So anyways, here we have the operating system. This is a pretty clean Android 11, and if we go here into settings, and boom, right there we can see it, guys, Android 11. So let's go here now into the Antutu benchmark. I usually do these so that way you guys can have an idea of what a phone of this magnitude will score, and that way we can use it as a reference. flagship devices nowadays, they score about 750,000. I've seen even 800,000. This one scored 300,000. So it is definitely a mid-range device, but it is a competitive mid-range device. It is not your typical, 2019, 2018 mid-range device. This one is competing with 2021 mid-range devices easily, guys. So let's go here into my device, and this is everything. The MTK 6785, again the Helio G95. For the GPU, we get the Mali G76, and here we have the camera setup, like I said before, for the backside, and the internal memory 256 gigabytes, and so on and so forth. And here we can see 395 PPI, and again a very impressive phone. So now with this being said, let's go ahead and check out the camera. This camera is able to record up to 4K 30 frames per second. If you go here into videos, we go into settings, you can see it right here on the upper left hand side corner that we can do up to 4K 30 frames per second, but you won't get stabilization with the phone. We have Full HD and of course 720p and VGA as well. It comes with tons and tons of features. Of course, yes, we do get that macro lens right here. I did tested it. Maybe I did it very quickly, but let me give you here a quick sample. It does get very close, but it's very similar to other mid-range devices that I've tested from China. It does work, but you need to work with it for a very long time in order for you to get that perfect shot. This one is not perfect, as you guys can tell, but if you play with it, I would say maybe a minute or so, you will get that perfect shot. But yes, you need to tweak it a little bit. I did test the video recording and it did the job quite well. It is not a flagship killer camera, so that means that this is mostly for basic usage, and the same thing goes with the front-facing camera. I also recorded a little bit myself at work, but yes, it does the job well, and by that I mean that it's just a basic camera with basic features. Again, not a flagship killer. On YouTube real quick, and let's open here a quick video. Let's just search anything on here. Let's just search for trailer, and let's see what's out there, so that way you guys can hear it. And let's just click on anything here. Let's click on No Time to Die, and seems like a James Bond movie. Let's increase the volume here.
Wound any thug can kill. I have to know I can trust you.
Well, I understand double O's have a very short life expectancy.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond.
Is this really what you want? Always alone?
Well, you guys get the idea. If I don't place my hands like this, then the sound kind of goes towards the backside and you miss that quality audio. Now the speaker itself is pretty good. It's really loud, but again, not having that stereo experience, it is not the same as, I would say, like the iPhones or even the Pixels and whatnot. It is just not the same experience. Now, something else I want to test is the face recognition. You guys can see that it reads my face very quickly. And there we have it. I am not placing my hands on the fingerprint scanner whatsoever. I have to look at it directly. And of course, we have here the fingerprint scanner. Let's go ahead and place my finger on the side. And sometimes the fingerprint scanner, you have to do it twice. It is not the most, I would say, accurate or fastest. It does work. I would say out of every 10 tries, I get 8 correct and 2 will be fails. But for the most part, it does a good job. I did record it here, my left middle finger. Let's see if I can get it to unlock. And as you guys can tell, this one is a little harder just because it took a little bit more time to record, but my right thumb does work very quickly. So the fingerprint scanner, like I said before, I wish that they could have just added everything together here with the power key, but that's just my personal preference. It doesn't mean that it is a bad phone or uncomfortable. It is just that I'm a picky person, and sometimes I like things to be a certain way, but I can't really get it my way, right? These guys already designed the phone and it is what it is. Anyways, here we have the NFC right there. So yes, you can use it with Google Pay. And if you guys know me, I am a fan of NFC and wireless charging. This phone comes with both, and it supports wireless charging up to 15 watts, like I said before. So I don't have any complaints whatsoever when it comes to that. The battery, as I've been mentioning throughout the video, is another highlight of this particular phone all day today, guys. I'm talking about from 5:30 in the morning all the way to 6 o'clock in the evening. And of course, I've been using it a little bit after that. And look at this, guys. I still have almost a full charge according to this icon. But of course, when we scroll down, I have 78%. So another thing about this system is that when I first unboxed it, it didn't come here with the app drawer. In order to enable this, all you have to do is go here into settings. So let's click on it. Let's go into display. Then we go into launcher settings. And after this, we go into desktop mode. And then you have the home screen like this. That was checked. And then I went to default and I checked this one instead. And now I have the app drawer, as you guys can observe. Another thing you can do here is customize this button on the side. So if you go here into settings, once again, then we scroll down and we go to custom key. This is the key right here. This is the button on the side, and you can customize it. So I have it as a single click to open TikTok. I have it as a double click to open my email, and long press to turn on the flashlight. So let's go ahead and test it out. This is TikTok right there. Then we have the double press. That's my email. Okay. And the long press, the flashlight, which is super, super bright. This thing is actually brighter than any other phone out there in the market, guys. I can promise you that this thing is super, super bright. For flashlight, it's a very, very useful device. So let's go ahead and turn off the flashlight. You just do the same thing, and you simply hold and press it for a couple of seconds. Now this phone also came with some tools other than that FM radio. It came with the range finder. This is what I said before. We have that distance sensor on the top of it, and it is done with laser. So let's go ahead and click on it. And let's click on agree. So here we have it, guys. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is click on turn on infrared, and then you point at whatever you want to measure. Okay, and then you click on measuring distance. Then it says testing, and after that it'll tell you what's the distance. So as you guys can tell, we are, I would say, a couple of inches away, maybe like 11 inches, which is less than 1 feet, and it's quite accurate. It is not perfect, and I wouldn't rely on this for important projects, but it is a very cool little feature, guys. Let's try that again. Let's try this time with the box here. Let's see what it says. Let's click on measuring once again, and there we have it, guys. Okay, it is super, super cool. I would say super useful, but that's not the only thing. It comes with a couple of other gimmicky applications, as I like to call it. They're called outdoor tools, and it comes with this one, which is a sound meter. Okay, check that out. I do like this one as well. Let's see what else we get on here. Let's go back to that toolbox again. You get a barometer, a plumb bob. I think you have to use that with the endoscope. We have alarm bell, protractor, pedometer, magnifier. Use that with the macro lens, of course. We get the height meter. It's just a whole bunch of them, guys. When it comes to the microphone quality, when you're making phone calls, and the ear speaker is actually perfect. There's no complaints there whatsoever. You can also, of course, connect a headset via Bluetooth, and it works absolutely perfect. Now here, I want to give you a little quick demo right here. I'm going to start, obviously, speaking here, and then we will replay this recording. Let's go ahead and decline this for a second. Let's go ahead and try that real quick. So let's go ahead and continue this recording, and of course we're going to play it here in just a second, just so that you can hear the quality of this microphone. It's actually very, very good. So let's go ahead and pause this and stop it and save it. And now if you go here into menu, let's go ahead and do the last one here. Try that real quick. So let's go ahead and continue this recording, and of course we're going to play it here in just a second, just so that you can hear the quality of this microphone. It's actually very, very good. Now you guys can't deny that that microphone sounds pretty good. Now the reason I am a big fan of rugged devices, and I have shown it here in my channel, is because of the fact that sometimes we all have struggles, and my main struggle is the battery. So being able to have a phone that works well, that is not perfect, like for example, the camera is not the best camera in the world, but a phone that you can rely on the battery to simply just go out there stress-free and not worry about running out of power, and that actually you have spare power to supply to other devices, to me that makes a big difference. So yes, like I said before, it is not a phone for everybody, but it's a phone that will work and that will take you anywhere without having the stress of running out of battery for at least the next 5 days. Of course, gaming on here is great. You can play things like Call of Duty, you can play Ulefone 9, you can play pretty much any game that you want on here thanks to that MediaTek Helio G95 processor and the GPU as well with 8 GB of RAM. It is obvious to say that this phone will handle very well and with plenty of battery as well. With this being said, I want you guys to let me know down below what you think about the Power Armor 13. Be honest with me, guys. Will you buy it? Will you pass on it? Will you like something that maybe has a little less battery, but for them to make it a little thinner? Just let me know down below. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe for more. Like the video, share the video, and click on the bell icon. And I'll see you guys on my next one.